Hi, I'm Stacey and I'm a financial coach at Claro. So before this job, I worked for a decade in investment management and asset management. And then I was 2 years self-employed as a financial coach. And then I joined Claro. So when I was working in investment management and asset management, as many people have noticed, it's really an industry that is aimed at those who already have a certain amount of money and with a certain amount of financial knowledge. And like lots of other people as well, really noticed that family, friends, connections outside of the industry wanted to know more, were interested in doing things with their money that aligned with their lifestyles and their goals, but there wasn't an obvious place for them to go. And they didn't necessarily have the assets that warranted working with a financial advisor. So I started looking at, how can I work in financial education without training to be an advisor? And that was back in 2016. And this idea of financial coaching was a relatively new concept. So when I was trying to research financial advice that's not an advisor, lots of like financial coaching companies and coaches in the US came up, but it was relatively new at that time. And I was through like a fortuitous conversation with somebody that I was doing a course with. They told me about a financial coach who was the first, I believe, trainer in the UK to certify financial coaches. So I worked with her in 2016 because I also live in Brighton, so she was just down the road, and slowly built up my skills and experience from there. I guess as a financial coach, it's really important to me that I feel on top of the current market, what's happening in the economy, what's happening to inflation, interest rates, how that's affecting the end consumer, and how we might need to be responsive to that as the end consumer is really important to me and how I define my effectiveness as a financial coach. So having a community of financial coaches around me to have those conversations with, the coaches at Claro, we meet on a weekly basis and we discuss what's happening in the market, what clients are asking us, what trends we're seeing. We share our, resources from really credible sources and websites and references like FT Advisor, Money Saving Expert. We all do our CPD, our continuous professional development, even though it's not a requirement for a coach, we do continue to do that. So making sure that we're doing at least 35 hours a year of recognized financial education to make sure that our knowledge is always up to date. So that's really important to me. So having a healthy grasp on finances, to me, honestly means you spend as little time managing and worrying about your money as possible, because the reason we have money is to enable us to work towards and do things that we want to do and support other people that we want to support with our money. So if we can set our finances up in a way that we know we're on track to achieve those things, and review it enough but not too often, and we're not losing sleep about our money, then that's a really big win. So I don't necessarily think that being on top of your finances means looking at them all the time, constantly improving your knowledge on it, becoming an expert, knowing that you're making money overnight and your money's working for you. For some people, if that's what you're into, that's great. But it's about spending as much time on your finances as feels good for you, not losing sleep, and knowing that you're working towards having a plan in place that's going to help you use your money in the way that you want to use it. How do I know when I've done a good job with a client? I guess I'm quite data driven in that sense. I really like to either see some sort of output or hear from the client themselves how our coaching has helped them. So I get a real kick out of saying, oh, my emergency fund's gone up to this amount, or I found this investment and I learned this about it and I'm really into it, and I'm now investing 50 quid a month into that and I'm really enjoying it. So ultimately seeing the numbers go in the direction that those people want to be moving into, like seeing some sort of increased like energy or engagement or like interest from them, like signs that they're feeling more confident with their money. And anecdotal stories are always really powerful. So having someone say, me and my partner had a really good conversation about our financial situation. I'm going to do this differently. They're going to do that differently. And it's working really well. Or I had that negotiation at work and I'm feeling so much better about my current remuneration package and where that's potentially going to go in the next 3 years or something like that. So hearing those anecdotal stories, and if they are backed up by a change in energy, like more positive constructive language around money, and cold hard cash, then even better.